Well, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while, but we're back out again. So we're back in the Weardale Valley, which is right up at the start where the River Weir starts. So actually this little stream here behind me is the start of the River Weir. That ends in Sunderland, where I'm from. So we've come out today, I'm going to look around the mining industry of the past. So we've come to a place called Killhope. It is in the background. This is actually closed at the minute. So we're going to have a walk around as best we can and see what we can see. We're not going to trespass. We're going to stay on this side of the river and just see what we can get into and have a look at. So stick with us. Let's have a look about. See you in a bit. There's a canny fish there just darting about. Such a tiny little stream. Beautiful up here. Nice and quiet. Let's see how far we can get before we get stopped. There's the old house all renovated. And then there's like a little sluice here. So it is an old museum, Killhope Mining Museum. It's currently closed at the minute, but it has been open. I'm going to have to be very, very careful because there's a big Land Rover up there. But that's the Killhope wheel that used to turn from coming straight off the top of the mountain there, or the hill. And that doesn't really turn anymore now. And it used to run the water all the way through the sluice and take it out the mine. So I'm going to see if I can get a little bit closer. So there's literally nobody about, just us. It's just next to the A690 road, which takes it all the way to Alston. But you can see this is absolutely fantastic in here. I have been here once before, and there's a mine shaft. You can go down, you've got to put your wellies on. But you can see it's all been recreated there. There's a mining experience for people to come. But I'm going to keep your voice down a bit. See if I can get a bit closer in here. See just now. So this is the entrance to the mine, or one of the entrances. This was a lead mine, as I said earlier, and it is flooded currently. Now I've been in there on a visit, and you've got to have your big wellies on, and it takes you all the way, and it's a massive maze of tunnels, but it is fantastic. There it is, guys, Killhope Whale. I used to have a caravan years ago. My family had a caravan years ago at Stanhope. I've done a video on there before, and we used to come past this before it was even built again, you know, in terms of being reopened to the public. And it stood derelict for years and years. We used to walk around here, pick pieces of quartz up out the little river. Brilliant. Oh well, then we'll see if we can get any closer. See if I can get some information of some of the plaques. This is the loading dock. This is where they would have pushed the lead ore, loaded it all up, and then it was sent to Allendale to be smelted down. Absolutely fantastic, isn't it? We've definitely getting the sun. Absolutely fantastic. There's a couple of cartwheels there. You just see some of these wheels are absolutely massive. Some of the drive wheels. There's another water wheel there. Probably just to power the house, really. Look at that view across the Weardale Valley. So if you're wondering where your river weir comes from, it's here. Starts up here, this point. Just washing a bit of the ore off. Mint. Right, I'm just going to look over here. Just going to nip the netty before I go. See you in a bit. The old thunderbox. Straight the toilet. Straight in the river. That's the way to do it. That's better. So there you go. Killhope wheel. Built in 1877. This valley used to be absolutely a wick industry up here, you know. You see it now, it's just all covered in lovely trees and just moorland, sheep all over the place. But back then it was a massive industry, all up this valley. And there's other places just close to here. So we might just go and have a look and see what we can find along the valley, yeah? So there you go, people. Killhope wheel. Hope you've enjoyed it. See you in a bit. Well, guys, we're stopping off at Nenthead Mines, which is again just a little bit further on from Killhope. So we've already been had a look at that. So we're now going to Nenthead Mine. So I've never been here before. It looks quite good. Some open cast and some obviously deep mines as well. Not sure if you've got if you can get into them, but we'll have a good look. And I'll bring you back when we're a bit further up. And then when we come back, we're going to get that little woodland behind us. Apparently that's called the Hush. It's supposed to be quite magical, so we'll have a look in there. See you just now. So you can see behind us there's another whale. So again, this is another lead mine. Quite a bit going on around here, like, to be honest. Loads of stuff to do. We'll have a walk round. I'm going to make my way up the top end. There seems to be a bit more up here, so I'll bring you back when we get a bit further up. Looks like they're starting to rebuild quite a bit of it. Well, and look guys, I've checked that mine shaft and the gate's unlocked. So we're going to go inside and have a look and see what we can find. I'm not going to go too far in, but luckily I've got a torch. Oh well then, see what we can see. Right, come on, I'll get this open. Don't want to get locked in like. Look at this. This looks tremendous. Rail line all the way through. I'm not sure when I'll start losing light. Probably about now. Put some light on. Unbelievable. Now this scans on for miles and miles. Watch where you're walking. That shaft will go all the way through. I'll flip this round. That was the way in. I don't think I'm going to get any further because my torch isn't good enough. See if I can get a bit more light in there. See how far it goes? I could keep going for ages. But I don't think we're supposed to be in here, so I think we'll head back and have a look around. I'll turn my torch off. Jesus Christ, how am I going to get out? Right, come on then, let's get out of here. Look at that view, man. It's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Right, oh well, let's head on. I think there's a nice lake at the top of here. It's a bit of a hike up here, like. Tell you what though, it's absolutely cracking. The sun's just come out. I think this fleece will have to come off in a second. But it's nice how they've done this, they've kept it nice. Right, let's see what's over here. It's hard to believe that there was 2,000 people worked this valley, mining for lead and all other sorts of things, fluor spar, back in the 1800s. So even far back as the 1600s, there's records of it being mined. And this used to be absolutely wick with industry, black smoke, loads of people. Now it's obviously nice, and you can see in the background, nice little waterfall there. It's just moorland. You wouldn't even know it was here if this was covered up. But it's been well preserved. There's a little museum here if you haven't been before, Nenthead. Nenthead Mines. There's a little museum, small entry fee if you want to get in. You don't have to pay, you can walk around like me today. But it's well worth a visit. So we'll take you back round and see what else we can find there. Well, there's another mine shaft. You can't get in that one, unfortunately. It is locked. There's a gate just a little bit further in. But there is another one on the opposite side, which I'm going to see if I can go in that one. But I think most of these will be gated off due to health and safety reasons. But this is absolutely brilliant. So you can just wander around, class. Right out in the middle anywhere. Brilliant. Nah, unfortunately, I can't get in. A bit claggy. I can get so far in. But as you can see, it's just muddy as out. Need your wellies on, and then it's gated off again. Unfortunately, never mind. Just found a nice little well. We're going to have a look. So this is a ventilation shaft for the mine. One of the mines anyway. We'll have a look down, see what we can find there. Kind of dark down there like. That's to let the air in for them so they can breathe. Just found this cracking piece of quartz. Look at that, man. Absolutely brilliant. I've just found another piece and also that one's going home with me because I collect some of this. The cans in my garden. So it's got quite a bit of quartz in it. So we'll have that one. Look at that, little mining digger. For all you mining enthusiasts out there, if that's your thing, you'll be over the moon with that. Right guys, I had a good look around the mine. I've enjoyed that. It was very good. Nenthead mines. So I'm going to go down on the way out. There's a little offshot into some woods called the Hush. And I've met a second person now that says it's well worth a look. So we're going to have a look at that, see what it's like. See you in a bit. Well, little detour there, which was a bit unexpected. I bumped into a guy that works here, volunteers. He says, would you like to see the 339 foot shaft called the brewery shaft in Nenthead mine? I says, well, I wouldn't mind that. So he went and he showed us, which it's just been on there. I've put a few other things on. The video doesn't do it justice, but I was a bit nervous looking down. It was absolutely deep as out. So, excellent. So there's a website on here and all if you're interested, Nenthead mine. And I've got, he's given us a nice little free book as well. So I'm going to have a raid of that later on. Right, down to the Hush, which was the original plan. See you in a bit. Right, so we're going to make our way into the little forest called the Hush. And there's another mine shaft here. So I'm going to show you. You can get in all these mines, I've just been told. But you need your wellies on. Look at that, man. Unbelievable. Another mine. We'll get down into this one and have a look. You can get in them, see them handles? You just lift them, you can get right in. But you need specialist kit like. That's lovely in here. Beautiful. Well, thanks very much for joining us. So we've been to Nenthead Mines, which is in the Weardale Valley. And we've been to Killhope Wheel as well, Killhope Lead Mine. We've been there and had a look around. And then we've ended up in a little place called the Hush, which is just like a little forest really, like a little fairy dell in the middle of nowhere, which is just the way I like it. So I'm going to head up here and see what's up the top. And I'll catch you next time when I'm out and about somewhere else. See you in a bit.